This video will focus on the professional liability history and additional information sections of the FTCA Deeming Application. On this slide, you'll see a screenshot of the Clinical Risk Management members website that contains guidance articles, sample policies and tools, toolkits, courses for continuing medical education credit, self-assessment questionnaires, and other resources that you can download and use in your health centers and free clinics. Clinical risk management resources are made available by ECRI to you for free on behalf of HRSA. Throughout this instructional video, we're going to be discussing some best practices that will assist you with preparing the required materials for the professional liability history and additional information portions of the FTCA Deeming Application, but we're also going to be referring you to resources that are available on the Clinical Risk Management website that can help you. These sample policies and resources are not required, but rather information that you can review and utilize if you feel it is a good practice that should be implemented in your health center. If you are using the policies and resources mentioned in this video, you need to make sure that your health center is actually implementing them and that the resources used are tailored and appropriate for your health center. Before you begin filling out the application, if you have had a claim filed against your health center or its providers within the past 5 years, you'll need to have a separate document prepared that lists each claim and includes some required information. We'll go over this required information in a few minutes. You'll need to attach this document to the application. You may also want to have a copy of the most recent HRSA Program Assistance Letter on requirements for FTCA medical malpractice coverage. You can access this document on the HRSA Bureau of Primary Care website. For this video, we've combined two short sections of the application, professional liability history and additional information. The information that you'll need to provide or verify in each section of the application is listed on this slide. The professional liability history section of the application is only one question. It asks whether you have had any professional liability claims or allegations filed against your health center and/or its employees or contractors within the past 5 years. Again, this includes any employees or contractors, and it includes both FTCA and non-FTCA claims. If your health center has not been involved in any litigation within the past 5 years, all you have to do is check No on the application and submit it, and you are finished with this section. If you have been involved in litigation, there are a few additional steps involved. In addition to checking Yes on the application that the health center has been involved in litigation during the past 5 years, the applicant must attach a separate document that lists each allegation and specifically includes the information listed on this slide. Once a health center has been notified of litigation or reasonably anticipates litigation, it should suspend any routine destruction of documents or files related to the claimant or plaintiff and should preserve all of these documents for evidence. Therefore, as an applicant, you should have all of this required information and be able to provide it to HRSA. Moving on to the additional information section of the application. Health centers and free clinics should consider seeking accreditation, certification, or recognition from a national professional organization, such as those listed on the slide. Each of these organizations has requirements that the health center must meet in order to achieve accreditation or certification. Whether or not a health center or free clinic is seeking accreditation, these organizations' standards represent best practices that all health centers should strive to meet. More information about each of these organizations is provided at the links on this slide. Health centers also have an opportunity when completing this question on the application to list other organizations if they are accredited or recognized by any organizations other than these that are listed. For the additional information section of the application, you'll also need to list any trainings or education provided to staff during the previous year and any planned for the upcoming year. The topics for your training and education efforts could include areas identified as high risk in the medical literature, such as communication, infection control, and obstetrics, areas identified as high risk for your particular health center, or areas identified by staff members or from patient safety surveys as important or needing improvement. Some examples of training topics appear on this slide. Trainings may be offered in-house as a face-to-face classroom-style training or video training, at a local or national conference or program, or through online courses such as those offered for continuing education credits. Health centers should strongly encourage providers and staff to attend trainings. Health centers may want to consider offering incentives such as a free lunch or paid time off to ensure that staff attend training sessions. Training should be offered during staff orientation and regularly throughout the year. The Clinical Risk Management Program website has staff training programs that you can download and use and includes the topics listed on this slide. Training programs on additional topics are added to the website throughout the year. These education and training tools include a PowerPoint presentation that you can use and customize to your health center, suggested teaching points that correspond slide by slide with a PowerPoint presentation, a sample memo to announce the training, attendance sheets, and post-training survey forms. Deemed health centers and free clinics also have free access to Ecri Institute's eLearn system, which includes a library of about 100 courses for continuing education credit. You should have received course keys by email in order to access eLearn courses. If you have not received course keys or do not remember them, please contact Ecri Institute. The contact information is going to be on the next slide. So in order to access the Clinical Risk Management website, go to the address listed on this slide, www.ecri.org/clinical_RM_program. You'll need to log in with your username and password. You can see the red circle on the slide where you enter your login information. If you don't yet have a username and password, please contact us at the contact information listed on the slide and we'll get you set up. In addition, if you need any help finding the resources referred to during this presentation or any other resources, or if you need your course keys to access eLearn, please contact us. A frequently asked question on the professional liability history section of the FTCA application is on this slide. And the question is, how many years does the claims history on the FTCA application need to go back? The answer is that the health center should list all claims that occurred within the past 5 years. This includes FTCA claims and non-FTCA claims. The claims history should include the following: the name of the provider or the providers involved, the area of practice or specialty, the date of occurrence, a summary of the allegations, and the status and outcome of the claim. If you have any questions on the deeming or application process, please contact HRSA at the contact information on this slide.